Welcome to English Stories 24. Learn English with stories. Chapter 1. King and the Old Woman. Once there was a great king. One day he was traveling alone in a forest. Soon he lost his way. He looked around from a hilltop, but could not see any people or villages nearby. It was becoming dark. After some time, there was light shining from a long distance. Then he started walking in that direction and soon reached a hut. Outside the hut, he saw an old lady cleaning the place. Seeing him, she welcomed him, thinking that he was a soldier from the army. She gave the king some water to clean himself and water for drinking. She then spread a mat for him to relax. King started relaxing. After some time, she placed a plate of hot rice and curry in front of him. The king was so hungry that he quickly put his fingers on the hot food. The hot food burnt his fingers, and he spilled some rice on the floor. The old lady saw this and said, "Oh, you seem too impatient and hasty like your king. That is why you have burnt your fingers and lost some food." Hearing the old lady's words, the king was surprised and asked her, "Why do you think our king is impatient and hasty?" The old lady smiled and began to explain, "My dear son, our king is having a big dream of capturing all his enemy forts. In that, he is ignoring all the small forts and focusing only to capture the massive forts." The king interrupted the old lady and said, "That's a good thing. What is the problem with that?" She smiled and replied, "Wait, my son. Like your impatience in eating the food, you burned your fingers and wasted some food." In the same way, the king's impatience to defeat the enemies quickly resulted in the loss of men in his army. Hearing this, the king understood his mistake and realized that one should have patience and avoid making any haste in any situation. Moral of the story: when we want to achieve something in life, we should first understand the process and then work on it. Instead, if we are looking for quick results, we will become impatient and never reach what we want in our life. For example, if we want to reduce our weight by 10 kilos in 1 week, that will not happen. Instead, focus on 1 kilo's reduction in 2 to 3 weeks and 10 kilos in 6 months. In the long run, with patience, we will achieve our goal. Chapter 2. The Bicycle. Mike was an 11-year-old boy. He was the only son to his parent. His father worked as a carpenter and his mother was a homemaker. Although Mike's family wasn't a rich one, they lead a happy life. Mike's school was located a mile away from his home. Mike's birthday was coming up in a week. He requested his father to buy him a bicycle so that he can go to school in cycle and not by walk and depend on his father to drop him at school. His father also promised him to buy a bicycle so that he need not walk to school anymore. Mike felt so happy. The birthday boy woke up happily with his mother and father wishing him with all smiles on his birthday. Mike was feeling very happy and expects that his father would gift him the bicycle. He had a beautiful gift wrapped nicely in his father's hand and surprised. The father gifted him the parcel, and Mike saw a set of books as the birthday gift from his father. Although he was a little unhappy as he did not receive the bicycle, he thanked his father. Mike's father was depressed as he did not have enough money to buy a cycle. He promised to his son that he would soon buy him a cycle. After a week, when he was walking on his way to his home back from school, he saw a boy riding a cycle. Mike felt that the cycle was too small for the big boy. Suddenly, the boy crashed into a post and skidded in the street. Mike rushed to him and recognized him. He was his schoolmate named Sam. Sam was injured badly, and there was no one near to help him except Mike. Mike helped him stand up and provided him water. Since Sam was riding the cycle faster, his left leg and hands were severely injured. He asked him to sit in a corner and took the cycle and rushed to a nearby hospital to get help. An ambulance came and carried Sam to the hospital. He then rushed to Sam's home and informed about the accident to his parent. Sam and his parent thanked Mike for the timely help. Mike in turn thanked, "It was all possible just I had Sam's cycle." Mike also told Sam's parent, "Cycle is too small for Sam to ride and that's why he was injured." Sam and Mike became close friends. Mike met Sam every day in hospital until he was discharged. Sam got a new cycle, and he came to know that Mike doesn't own a cycle. He gave his old cycle to Mike, and with Mike's parent permission, Mike accepted the gift from Sam. One deserves from another for their wellness.